right. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the first NFL Week 1, or I guess first live stream of the season for NFL Week 1 with me, Matt Modi, joined with me, my old podcast pal, my good buddy, Andrew Kim, aka the ParlayDoc. Andrew, how are you?
What is up, Matt? And as my man Bruce Buffer from the UFC would say, week 1, it is time. It's time, guys,
Let's
for
go.
NFL week 1. I'm glad to see you, man. It's been a long time, man. How you
It's been
doing,
a
Matt?
long time. I'm good. As you can tell, a little bit of a different background. I'm just at my cousin's place. He kind of lives on the edge of a mountain in Golden, Colorado. So a little bit of a different background. I had a nice mountain weekend with my cousin, but very, very excited for football.
Nice, nice. Yeah, man, it's been a long time. I mean, for those of you who followed us before, we've been on pretty active on Twitter and
Yeah,
YouTube. We used to be on the a podcast called Sweat the Bet. So
sweat
now
the
we're
bet.
we're we're freelancing here on Matt's YouTube channel. So thanks for having me, Matt.
Yeah, no, appreciate you hopping on. What I'm going to do, basically, I'm going to give a rundown of what the show is going to be like. So what we're going to do, every single game being played today, we are each going to have a pick for. We did not consult prior to, so we might be against each other. We might be with each other. I will say I have two games that I'm just totally passing on that I didn't feel comfortable giving out a pick just because I had no idea what to expect. But I'm going to have a pick for every single game today. But before we get into that, Andrew, I know you have your eBay store. So why don't you tell the people what you got going on eBay? And if you're looking or if you're interested in looking into it, I have a link for it in the description of this video.
Yeah, man. I mean, in addition to enjoying sports betting, I've revitalized my passion for sports card collecting. So check out my eBay store. It's the same as my Twitter handle. So if you just go to eBay and you just type in ParlayDoc as the username of the seller, that's my shop. And I got plenty of cards up there. Shoot me some DMs, follow my account. I got things like all these different slabs, Patrick Mahomes, UFC fighters, NBA players, some of the QBs and stuff we'll be betting on today. So check it out. And I appreciate Matt letting me shout out my store, but we're going to be degenerate gamblers and we'll do some giveaways too periodically through the season. So I'll give away some cards here on our show. So please subscribe to Matt's channel if you want some free cards, some free slabs, some free rookie cards. We'll throw some out over the course of our live stream, guys.
Yeah, sure. And that's a nice little teaser. What we're also going to be doing that I forgot to mention at the very end, when we've covered the last game, Sunday Night Football, we'll be doing a degenerate Jedi Modi / ParlayDoc parlay, bringing back the old times. And if that cashes, Andrew will give away 1, 2. What were you going to give away? What were the cards?
So if you guys follow us here, you have to follow Matt's channel and you got to leave a comment after we create our degenerate parlay. And then I'm going to and then we'll pick a winner. We'll pick a winner, random winner. And then I'll throw this Chase Claypool rookie PSA graded slab. And I'll throw this nice Josh Allen Zenith class presidents. And I'll send you both of these free shipping. I'll mail it out to you once we get your contact info, guys. So
awesome. So make sure to stay tuned until the end of the show when we give out our degenerate parlay. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So we got, what's this? We got 14 games being played today. First game that we're going to give out a pick for, Panthers versus Falcons. I will let you go first. What do you got in this game?
All right, I'm going to preface this, guys, because this is week 1 and there's so many games. I didn't want to go kill myself and destroy myself financially. So I'm going to be betting in the range of $10 to $20 at most. But I am going to have skin in the game in everything I'm saying. So this is not me just saying pick this, pick that. I'm going to have like $10, $20. You might think, oh, it's so tiny. But you know what, guys? When you spread that out over 14 games, it adds up. So we're going to spread it out, spread the risk, have a little fun. Here we go. Real quick. Falcons, $20 on the Falcons, minus 3.5 at minus 110 on Caesars. I just see them controlling this game from start to finish, guys. They're just going to run. And that goes into my prop bets. Bijan Robinson, breakout rookie year. Breakout. Bijan Robinson, $10 over on his rushing and receiving yards. Oh, God, I don't even know what the line was at. I miswrote this, but it's at minus 114 on FanDuel. Where is that at right now? Let me see here. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, I can give out mine while you want to, if you want to look that up.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm also going with a Bijan play, but I'm going to take him anytime touchdown. And I just looked this up, so these odds are fresh. Plus 114 odds at Caesars. So for those of you that have been following along my YouTube channel, you know that one segment I'm doing for this NFL season is Tater Time, where I give out my favorite anytime touchdown picks. Bijan, was one of the players that I had on Tater Watch. I got burned because I went with Gibbs on Thursday night, so I got burned going with a rookie running back. But I'm going to go back to the well with Bijan. He's my favorite anytime touchdown play of this week. I love getting it for plus money. As you mentioned, the Falcons, they're just going to play smash mouth football. They're going to bring back the clocks to like 1990. They're going to run the crap out of the ball. And last year they had a ton of success doing that with Marcus Mariota at quarterback, who's a good runner, but he's a terrible passing quarterback. And they did it with like random jabrones at running back, like Tyler Algier and Caleb Huntley. Cordero Patterson's good. He's still there, but they drafted Bijan at 8, which I think is lunacy, drafting a running back that high, but they are absolutely going to use him a ton. He's incredible. They're a good running team. Give me Bijan Robinson to score a touchdown.
Yeah, so the line I got on the rushing and receiving combined over 84.5 yards. I think they're going to use him in both facets, rushing and receiving. So I like the combo because I could see if you get him in space, I think he's just going to torch the other team. So over 84.5 combined rushing, receiving -114. I agree with Matt. I like his anytime touchdown. And my final one, I'm just a big Bijan believer, just watching him in college. So I took $10. This is degenerate. So I'm going to have a DGen category. $10 Bijan Robinson, 2 touchdowns, plus 700 on Bet Rivers. So that's what I got.
I like
for
it.
that game.
I like it. All right. I like it. All right. Next up, we got Texans versus Ravens. I'll start off with this one. This is probably my hottest take of the week, but I'm actually on the Texans plus 10.
Wow.
I feel like a lot of people like the Ravens because they have a ton of success specifically in week 1. So this is a little bit, excuse me, a little bit going against the recent trends, but 10 points in week 1. It's just too high for my liking. I get that the Texans are completely devoid of talent. Like they really got nobody there. But I'm a big believer in D'Amico Ryans. I think he's a really good, at least defensive coach. Obviously, we don't know what he's going to be like as a head coach. But I think he's going to get that team ready to play. I think they're going to play hard. And while he doesn't have the talent level that he did in San Francisco when he was the defensive coordinator, I do think he's going to get that group well coached and playing well. And the main reason why I'm on this one, the Ravens just have a completely new offensive system. Their entire wide receiving core is banged up except for the rookie Zay Flowers. Mark Andrews is going to be out. They brought in
Andrews.
Yeah, which sucks. They brought in Todd Monken, who's bringing this like air raid type offense. So it's just a completely different system. And in week 1 against a team that I think is going to be well coached, I could see the Ravens having growing pains. I could see this being kind of like a gross, like 17-10, 14-10 type game. So the under is also a play. But one of my favorite spreads of the week, I do actually like the Texans quite a bit. So I'll take them plus 10.
I see that. I didn't put anything on the main market just because there's so many unknowns. But if I did, I'd lean towards that. So I have a few player props, and it kind of goes along with you. CJ Stroud, I don't know, man, but he's an accurate passer. So I put $10 CJ Stroud over 195.5 passing yards, more because this is going to be a grind of a game. I do think the Ravens will win, but I think game script wise, they're going to play catch up. 200 yards isn't a lot for a stud QB.
It's a low number.
Okay,
yeah.
So over 195.5 passing yards, $20. Nico Collins over 41.5 receiving yards. So your wide receiver 1, they set the line at a 41.5 yards. Again, playing catch up when they play real soft prevent D in the fourth quarter. I'm hoping he gets 20 yards in that segment of the game. So -110 BetMGM, couple of touchdowns. Rookie QBs like big bodies, Dalton Schultz, $10.
Okay.
Plus 375 on Barstool. Likely because Andrews isn't there. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a big body for Lamar in the end zone. So $10 unlikely, anytime touchdown plus 210. So those are my touchdown and props for this game. So
I like it. All right. Moving on. Next game, Bengals versus Browns. What do you got for me?
Man, I know every article I read, all the sharps and all the smart guys like Sean Corn, all these guys are on the Brown spread. I know I got burned. Did we get burned last year in week 1 with the Bengals? We did. You know what?
Yeah, we got burned a lot with the Bengals last year.
I'm gonna repeat history, and I'm gonna go with Joe Cool with this huge contract. So I'm doing Bengals -2, -110 on Caesars. Got a couple more props because I do think it's going to be an ugly game, and I do think the Bengals will get stalled out. Evan McPherson, over 1.5 field goals made plus money. So 2 field goals for plus money in a game where if everyone's right, they should get stalled out. So $20 on McPherson, over 1.5 field goals, plus 115, BetMGM.
I like that McPherson angle a lot. I did not see that.
Yeah.
I am actually going to go Oppo on you on this one. I'm actually on the Browns money line. They're at home.
Yeah,
They're at home, and Burrows has never played in the preseason in his entire career, which is crazy because his rookie year was COVID. There was no preseason. His second year, he was coming off the ACL injury, um, and then he also had appendicitis going into last year.
yeah,
And now this year, he missed it with his calf injury. So he's literally never played in the preseason. I think he's going to start slow. Like week 1 last year, he had a horrible game. He threw 4 interceptions, turned it over 5
he did.
times.
Yeah,
The year before that, he was fine. Like he wasn't terrible the year before that. He started. Where are my notes? Yeah, he was sacked 5 times. He threw 2 touchdowns with no interceptions, but he was sacked 5 times. And then his rookie year, you can cut him a little slack because, again, it was his rookie year, but he threw for under 200 yards, no touchdowns. The Browns are at home. And if you just look at the talent level alone, the Browns have like one of the best rosters in the NFL.
they
The
do.
unknown,
They're
the unknown is
stacked.
Deshaun Watson. Yeah, we have no idea what Deshaun Watson. Big Al, appreciate you tuning in. He's also on Browns money line, so we got a smart one with
Yeah,
us.
I know.
Um,
I know.
but I mean, I love the Bengals. They're my Super Bowl pick this year, which I went over on Thursday with season predictions. Like I think they're going to be awesome. I just think they're going to start slow. And again, talent level alone, like if Deshaun Watson is even 90% of what he was when he was like a top 5 quarterback, like this Browns team is going to be really good, which pains me to say because I hate them. But at the end of the day, that's just what I like.
Everything Matt said, everything is accurate. Slow starts, poor starts in game 1s. So I see it. I think this is the fun part about week 1s. There's hope. There's hope we can buck the trends, and I'm going to hope the Bengals can. Now I have 1 touchdown scorer angle, and again, value I like, and this is on the Brown side. I like Njoku anytime touchdown scorer plus 300. That's pretty juicy. Now he got a lot of targets from Watson last year. He just didn't convert a lot in the red zone. So I hope another off season he could finally, find pay dirt a little more consistently. So I'll take a stab at plus 300. So $10 on Njoku, plus 300 touchdown score on DraftKings.
I like it. All right, next game, I will start Jags versus Colts. And Elliot, I will answer your question when I'm going over my pick. So, all right, Jags against Colts. I'm taking the Jags minus 4.5. It's this minus 105 odds at Barstool. I'm sorry. Now that Dan Snyder's out, I think people are going to realize just how much of a joke Jim Irsay is as an owner. Like that guy is a nutcase, a total psychopath nut job. And that team's been a circus pretty much since Andrew Luck retired. Like they've had a different quarterback every year. Yeah. They had the weird stuff with Josh McDaniels where he took the job. Then he had a meeting with Jim Irsay and was like, actually, I need to get out of this like incredibly fast. They hired Jeff Saturday last year and they mocked everybody that mocked them. And now there's this weird stuff going on with Jonathan Taylor. Like this is just a train wreck of a franchise. And then when you take that out of it, like Anthony Richardson has a ton of talent. I'm not necessarily sure I trust him as a
raw talent,
especially
raw
exactly.
Raw
like
talent.
he's very athletic, but he's inaccurate. He'll miss right, left, high, low. Like he'll miss in all a bunch of different ways. And I'm really high on this Jags team. Like when you're looking at what team that's outside of the top 5 in terms of Super Bowl odds can make a leap, I like to look for situations like this where it's like, all right, what young quarterback is going to step up? Because it happens every year. It was Jalen Hurts last year. It was Mahomes first year starting. He was incredible. That happened with Wentz. There's another example that I can't think of off the top of my mind. But so I'm all over the Jags. In terms of the ETN over 15.5 receiving yards, Andrew, you can give me your thoughts as my dog barks. There's some like weird stuff with ETN as a receiver. Carson. To me, this one is a no touch because he was really good at it in college, and they really haven't used him that way in the NFL. And Doug Peterson loves having like different running backs play different roles. So I can actually see Tank Bigsby end up being the receiving back, and ETN getting more of like the between the 20s role and not a lot out of the backfield. So without doing a ton of research, I would say this is a no touch, but you can give me your thoughts.
I agree. I actually think because of what I'm going to get into in some of my props that he'll be used sparingly, and they're going to use him more traditionally as just your traditional type of, rushing, running back, at least early in the season. So totally, I'm all over the Jags. I think I'm actually high on Trevor Lawrence. I'm very low on the Colts. There seems to be some Colts love in this weird cult-like fashion. I don't see it, honestly. I think they're a hot mess. So all day, heavy. I like Jags minus 4.5. Now, I like the Calvin Ridley pickup a a lot, and he looks good. Again, training camp is training camp and preseason is preseason, but he looks like himself. And I think he is going to torch. I think he's going to torch this Colts secondary. So I have Calvin Ridley over 60.5 yards receiving, minus 120 at PointsBet. I like Calvin Ridley anytime touchdown at plus 170. You're going to give me almost plus 200 for him at Barstool. And I'm just all in today. It's Ridley day. So it's feast or famine. I might be bankrupt here on him, but Calvin Ridley, 2 touchdowns plus 1,000 as my DGen bet on FanDuel.
I love it.
I think T-Law and him are just going to torch this Colts team today. So Jags minus 4.5 is my strongest. I love it. I'm with you. And I think Ridley's going to torch him today. Hopefully he just finds the end zone.
I love it. I love it. I mean, it took like 2 practices for them to realize that he just moves differently than like anybody else they have.
He's going to destroy him today. He's going to destroy him. So
I like it. All right. Next up, Bucks versus Vikings. What do you got for us?
It's, oh my God. I don't know.
You got to pass on this one?
No, I'm going to put Vikings minus 4.5, minus 110 on PointsBet, the sports book I hate the most because I'm limited there, but I just had to say it. Just had to say it. Look, it's going to be ugly, and I would not be surprised if the Vikings are somehow down until the last 2 minutes of the game and they pull out a miracle touchdown because that's what they do, right? Yeah. So Vikings minus 4.5, not confident, but I am confident that Rachaad White, they're just going to force feed him. At some point, they're going to realize, Baker magic isn't so magical, and they're just going to run him like nonstop. So Rachaad White over 48.5 rushing yards, minus 101 on Caesars, almost 48.5 rushing yards for almost plus odds. I'll take that. And then I am going to take his alt rushing yards. So his main line over 48.5, and I'll take his alt rushing at 75 plus yards, plus 325 on Caesars. So I'm just, there's not much here. I just know they'll feed him at least for the first half of the game. And if there's success, they'll keep feeding him. So
sure. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know if I agree about the Rachaad White one because I feel like they like the rookie guy they drafted, Rajon Tucker. I forget the guy's name, Sean Tucker or something. So I think Rachaad White, because like he was good last year when Brady just dumped it off a million times. So we'll see with that. This one, so I didn't have a play on the main lines. I have Alexander Mattison anytime touchdown. I think that the Bucks defense, like everyone's low on the Bucks, and I get it because Brady retired, but their defense was fine last year, and I think their defense is going to be good again this year. Like Todd Bowles is good at coaching defense. They still have talent at like all 3 levels.
Coach,
yeah. And like Baker Mayfield, I mean, it's going to be disgusting, but this game definitely has an under feel. So I do lean towards the under, but I just think it's going to be a grinded out total suckfest, and that the Vikings know that as long as Kirk Cousins doesn't lose the game for them, they'll probably be able to win. So I think they're going to feed Alexander Mattison a lot. Yeah. I think he's mostly going to take the Dalvin Cook role. And in 6 games total in his career that Madison has started without Dalvin Cook, he scored a total of 5 touchdowns. He scored at least 1 in 4 of 6 games. So I think as long as the Vikings can get it close to the goal line, I think they're probably just going to run it 3 times with Madison. So I like him to score a touchdown. I got it for plus money when I locked it in. If you just give me 1 second, I can look up the odds.
Nice.
If you just want to riff for a second, I can pull up the odds because I can't find the stupid game. But yeah, Alexander Mattison, he was definitely one of the tater times. All right, so he's at plus 100 now. So we got bet down a little bit. Plus 100 at Barstool. So it's still plus money as long as it's still plus money. Yeah. But I got it at like plus 114. So I definitely got nuked a little bit.
That's good value. That's good value.
But yeah, that's my second anytime touchdown play of the week.
Very nice. Very nice.
Cool. All right.
Next
up, Titans versus Saints. I'm all over the Titans on this one. I don't love the Saints. They haven't done anything without Drew Brees. They've done even less without Sean Payton. Derek Carr, everyone thinks he's going to be the savior, but in maybe getting him out of the Raiders, he'll be better. But when you look at some advanced stats, like PFF literally had Andy Dalton as a better quarterback last year. Now, I'm not saying PFF is perfect. I'm not necessarily buying that Derek Carr is that big of an upgrade. And the Titans, like people forget, last year the Titans were 7-2 before Ryan Tannehill got hurt, and then they lost like 7 straight. But under Mike Vrabel, the Titans are just a good team. Like they don't have a ton of talent, but they're tough to play against. They're annoying. Like they're gonna punch you in the mouth. So my official play is the Titans +3. I got it at +118 at DraftKings, but I also like their money line. If you're in Colorado or New Jersey at Sport Trade, which is a great app. If you're one of those states, I definitely recommend downloading Sport Trade. Incredible odds. It's at +135. Their money line is, if you don't have Sport Trade, it's at +130 at Caesars. So my official play is the spread, but I like them to win straight up as well.
I love it. I love Vrabel in a dog spot against
Yep.
an unproven car and an unproven system and an unproven Saints team. So I'll take it. I like Titans +3 as well. I could see the money line as well. I do have some money on $20 on Derek Carr over 31.5 pass attempts because I believe they will lose. So I think he's going to have a bunch of dump offs in the beginning, conservative play calls for a new system, and then playing catch up. Just not completions, guys, pass attempts over 31.5 pass attempts. Barstool, it's juiced, but I think he'll do it -130 because they'll be pass happy. And then a DGen play, because I know everyone's going to bet Derrick Henry and Derrick Henry touchdown. So you don't need anyone to give you that pick. It's so juiced. It's hard to find value with him. I'm going to do $10. Tannehill touchdown +700 because he does it. He'll fake the handoff to Derrick Henry, who'll be quadruple teamed, and he just waltzes in off the side, off the edge. So Tannehill +700, $10, sprinkle. Guys, be careful. It's a +700. Please don't expect these to hit at a high rate, but I'll take it. Tannehill says, I'm back, and he announces
I'm back
with a touchdown today.
He screams the I'm back. Yeah. As always, anything that we do here, it's always bet responsibly. But hey, you get one of these +700 ones to hit, and you bank up a lot of L's in the future, and you're still making money.
There you go. Exactly.
All right. Next game, 49ers versus Steelers. What do you got for me?
Okay. Steelers money line +115 on Caesars. I have faith in Kenny Pickett. I like Kenny Pickett. I think he's got good chemistry. And because I like the Steelers, it's going to be an ugly game. So I went defense for some props. TJ Watt over 0.75 sacks +110 on DraftKings. But in case you think he's going to be doubled and tripled, Alex Highsmith over half a sack +110 for over half a sack, where all the attention's on Watt. Bet Rivers +110, Alex Highsmith over half a sack. There you go. Boom.
I love it. I don't have much to add. I'm all over the Steelers money line in this one. The 49ers, I've ranted a ton about how much of a loser organization I think this organization is. I have two examples of a team making such a mockery of the offseason and whining like just a bunch of babies. It was, no offense, it was Matt Nagy after the double doink. He made such a sham out of that kicking competition. And then it was Sean Payton after the missed pass interference call. And none of those teams were able to recover. And the 49ers spent the entire offseason crying about how they lost both of their quarterbacks in the NFC Championship game. But it's like, okay, how about you don't have your third string tight end block the Eagles' best pass rusher? Like they both got injured. And they made the NFL change the rule to add a third emergency quarterback. Like, what third string quarterback was going to come to Philly and win in the NFC Championship game? It's ridiculous. And then they're talking about how, and then Kyle Shanahan came out in the offseason, like when the schedule came out, saying that he's happy that they're not playing the Eagles at the beginning of the season because they want to be healthy. It's like, dude, how about you just trust your guys and you can play them whenever. We'll play them tomorrow for all I care. It's going to take a little bit to get the stink off of this team. And I'm with you. Like, Mike Tomlin is always a play as a home underdog. The Steelers are another team in the Jacksonville Jaguars territory where, like, if that young quarterback takes a step, they could be legitimately good. The Steelers money line is my favorite underdog play of the entire week. I posted two this morning. I love this one.
Let's go, Matt. We got Steelers. All right.
We got Steelers. All right. Next game, Cardinals at Commanders. This is an easy Commanders -7. This is at -110 odds. There was not a number that the Commanders spread could have been where I wasn't going to be on them.
All day.
Talk about a total train wreck. That's that Cardinals team. I mean, what a bunch of weird stuff is going on out of Arizona. And Knicks, Steelers coming out hot 100%.
Steelers coming out hot. Exactly.
Yeah. But anyways, Commanders -7, like, they're excited that they got a new owner. They sold out their stadium for the first time since basically we've been adults. I mean, I don't know what to expect from their quarterback, Sam Howell. I know that it won't matter in week 1. So give me the Commanders -7. I also took their alt line -9.5 for plus money. I'm just all over the Commanders in this one.
Nothing to add with that. It's Commanders all day -7. I'm on that. Jahan Dotson is going to rip them a new one. Dotson is going
Love
to rip
Jahan
them a
Dotson.
new one. So over 42.5, 1 unit on that. He's going to rip them apart. Brian Robinson over 58.5 rushing yards by volume, because they're going to be winning by 1 million at the end, and they're just going to feed him for the first half of the game. Robinson, anytime touchdown, plus 150. I'll take plus 150 at BetMGM.
It's good odds. Yeah.
Commanders all day. There we go.
Yeah, Robinson wasn't one of my anytime touchdown picks, but I think if I were to redo that, I like him. I like him a lot. The more I think about it, plus 150, that's such good value.
Plus 150. I think they're worried about, like committee, who's going to get,
Yeah.
So there's a risk. It's not a lock, but if you're going to give me, because usually I expect the running back in a lopsided game to be like plus 110, minus 105. I'll take the plus 150 in a game script like this. So
yeah, totally agree. All right. Packers versus your Bears. What do you got for me?
Okay, here we go. This is stupid, but Bears -1. I'm just going to take them because I have to. It's obligatory. But seriously, man, I like it, but I don't. But I like it. Justin Fields. Oh my God, over 178.5 passing yards.
So low. It's
so low. But I know why it's so low, because it's going to be a struggle. But if the Bears are any better this year, please be any better. You should be able to cross that if you're a legitimate quarterback. So over 178.5 passing yards, minus 113 on FanDuel. Very quickly, 2 TDs on the other side. In case the Bears suck so bad, I'm going to go with Packers TDs here. Okay. Luke Musgrave, anytime TD, tight end, young guy, rookie, plus 310. Sure. Apparently, all the chatter out of Packers camp is he's the tight end catching tight end of the future for the Green Bay Packers. So they seem to be showing him a lot of love. So Luke Musgrave, big body, young quarterback. Jordan Love to rush one in, because everyone's going to be queuing in on Aaron Jones and Dylan. So he's just going to walk it in, plus 650. So $10 on Jordan Love, plus 650. $10 on Musgrave, plus 310. Just give me one of the two guys, and then we're good.
So this is a pass for me officially. This is one of my 2 passes. Originally, no offense, I was on the Packers, mostly because I'm not sure I buy Justin Fields. I'm not sure that I buy like the Bears' new and improved roster, because their offensive line was bad last year. I'm not sure it's that much better, because
they're not very improved. So
yeah, exactly. But with the Packers missing Christian Watson and with Romeo Doubs hurt, I couldn't get there. One prop I do like is Jordan Love rushing yards. So I got it at 12.5. It's been nuked. Beautiful. It's been nuked a little bit. Let me check what it is now.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't think of that. Now, I was thinking of waltzing in. Yeah.
You can get him over 11.5 at minus 121 at Caesars. So it's a little bit, although that might be, I'm looking at it on OddsJam. That might be incorrect, but right now it's at 13.5. Regardless, I do like his rushing. I do like an alt line if you want to do 25 plus or something, because he's what does a young quarterback do when he's uncomfortable? He's gonna run. That's just their natural. He's not the type of guy who's just gonna dump it off to the running backs. And if they're already banged up at receiver, like a hamstring injury is very concerning, even for a young guy like Romeo Doubs.
Yeah, that's concerning. So, it's going to be an ugly game, in my opinion. So
yeah. So So Jordan Love rushing, the anytime touchdown, I love. I think that's great. Really good value there. So all right. Next up, Raiders versus. Are you good with that game? Actually, I should say.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Those are all mine. Yep.
Okay. All right. So Raiders Broncos is my second pass of the day and my final one. No idea what to expect. No idea. The Raiders are also kind of a joke with all this Chandler Jones stuff going on. Sure. Jimmy G, I am not you telling me he's going to be better quarterback when you get him out of San Francisco. I don't see it. But on the Broncos side, I think Russell Wilson's just cooked. I think Sean Payton hates Russell Wilson, and I've already seen enough weird reports from Sean Payton about Russell Wilson that he's already hedging his bets, that if this guy stinks, he already has the quotes to hedge his bets if he just stinks. So total no touch for me. I don't have a prop. I don't have an anytime touchdown. I don't have an inkling. I don't even want my eyeballs to see this game.
Yes. And see, this is why Matt is smarter than me, but I have 3 Broncos props.
There you go.
And this is why I said it's only because this is week 1 and I just want excitement all day long in every game. But next week, I'm probably going to regret it and I'm going to scale this back. But that's why I spread everything out in $10, $20 increments. Okay. Really quick. I don't believe in Russell Wilson, but I believe that Sean Payton still is a competitor, and he will scheme up whatever he can to make the most of a pile of trash. So Russell Wilson over 217.5 passing yards because of Payton's schemes and because this is an 11-yard discount. Every other book has it at 228. Bet Rivers has it at 217.5. I will take an 11-yard discount in a Sean Payton system. So just, it's going to be horrible, but because of that discrepancy, I took it. Minus 113 at Bet Rivers with an 11-yard discount. Two more real quick. Daniel Carlson over 5.5 kicking points.
So field goals.
So 2 field goals. Don't tell me that they're not going to stall out a few times and kick a couple field goals in the thin air at Denver. So over 5.5 kicking points, minus 124. And then finally, Greg Dulcich, anytime touchdown, plus 260. I don't care. Peyton loves tight ends. So this guy's the new Jimmy Graham for him. So they're going to scheme up something. And whether it's Wilson or he gets pulled and someone else comes in, they're going to throw it to him in the red zone. Plus 260, anytime touchdown, Greg Dulcich. There you go.
I mean, I remember you getting a Greg Dulcich anytime touchdown last year, like plus 900. So if we can just channel that same luck.
Sean Payton's going to help me. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Next game, Dolphins versus Chargers. I'm pumped for this game. I think it's going to be really good. I'm on the Chargers -3 at minus 110 odds. Initially, I was on the over, but what ended up swaying me was Taron Armstead. Sorry, I can't speak. Officially being ruled out. I forget the exact stats, but someone posted like how different their offense was with him on the field versus with him off the field. He's really important. He's their left tackle. We all know Tua needs a good offensive line because he's not going to scramble. If he does, horrific things happen both to him and to the Dolphins. And I don't want to be too reactionary to last year, but I can't get the image out of my head of how well the Chargers defense played against the Dolphins last year. Like, it was Brandon Staley's best coaching job. And that's kind of what he was known for, was creating these like really smart, creative game plans, like specific to an opponent. So maybe the Dolphins have answers to that. So this is a little bit reactionary, which you try to stay against. But the Chargers are also a team that I'm really, really high on. Like Justin Herbert, I think people forget that he literally broke his ribs in the second game of last year. And Keenan Allen and Mike Williams were both hurt the entire year. I do love the addition of Kellen Moore. And on defense, the Chargers still have 2 really good edge rushers in Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Eventually, both of them are probably going to get hurt, but that's not in week 1. And with the Dolphins missing their left tackle, give me the Chargers. That's one of my favorite spread plays of the day. Chargers -3. It's minus 110 pretty much everywhere. Nick, and I agree with you. Chargers are a contender.
Chargers, I'm high on them for this season as a real legit contender. I think they take a step forward. Kellen Moore, Justin Herbert. I think Herbert's the real deal more than anyone. So I love Chargers -3. Not going to repeat anything. Herbert over 26.5 completions. Oh, give it to me. Over 26.5 completions, minus 122 on FanDuel. I think with these offensive schemes, he's going to thrive. So I love it. I say put him for a futures bet, guys, for most passing touchdowns this season. Just do it right now. Just lock it in. Okay. Gerald Everett, anytime touchdown. Again, value plus 300. I know he's not a touchdown machine, but, this offensive coordinator likes tight ends, so let's do it. Let's just start out with a value play plus 300 and Herbert over 26.5 completions. Let's go.
I like it. I would say if you're gonna sprinkle on Herbert to lead the league in touchdowns, you might as well sprinkle MVP as well. The only thing I'll say specific to your completions bet that I don't love is I feel like last year the Chargers offensive coordinator got a ton of crap for being like a super dink and dunk and not letting Justin Herbert throw deep. So I'm worried that maybe they're going to go bombs away in week 1 just to totally have a different game plan. So he might have a really good game. It just might not be specific to the completions. So that would be my only comment there. But I mean, I like it. All right. Next up, Eagles versus Patriots. I will let you go first for this one.
Oh man, I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under 44.5 points. I missed it when it was a little bit higher, but I'm going to go under 44.5 because I could just see this being, God, one of these Belichickian grind out games where he just wants to bring this to a stall because he's like, if we can keep Hurts off the field, that's the way we're going to win. And I could just see him bleeding clock in this annoying fashion. Everyone's going to moan. So under 44.5, -110 on Caesars. And then, you know what? I'm just worried it's going to be ugly. I really am. So the only other prop bet I had, I went light on this game. I went heavy on garbage games, but of a good game, of course, I go light. Ramondre Stevenson over 54.5 yards rushing. You know, on FanDuel, it's pretty decent odds. I think it was close to even. I can't remember off the top, but I went with it because even though Eagles have a good defense, no doubt, but you know, they weren't the best against just stopping power runs. So I'm going to just roll with that. I don't think, I think that they're just going to do by volume. So even if he gets 3 yards a carry, Belichick is so stubborn. He might get 1,000,000 carries and go over 54.5. So those are my 2 plays. Not too much on this one.
Sure. Yeah. So I also have 2 plays on this one. I do have an anytime touchdown. Kenny Gainwell plus 440 odds at FanDuel.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of confusion about what's going to happen with the Eagles running backs, and I understand that. What I think the most likely scenario is that Kenny Gainwell leads their running backs in touches. The team really, really trusts him. He's reliable. He has good hands. He's good in like short yardage situations. I think the Eagles Super Bowl run last year, he led their team in like all running back carries, and Miles Sanders was frustrated that he wasn't used a ton in the playoffs. So they trust Kenny Gainwell. I'm not sure that they're going to trust Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift at the beginning of the year. Both of them also kind of are prone to breaking down. So I think they might try and limit their touches. And Kenny Gainwell is just like a reliable guy. And for plus 440, I just thought that was really, really good value. I hate to say it, I'm also on the Patriots. I'm on their spread plus 4.
Wow.
So here's the thing.
All right.
Maybe this is me being too nervous as an Eagles fan, like the curse of knowledge, but they're replacing both their offensive and defensive coordinator. They have 2 new safeties. They have 2 new linebackers, and they're missing their starting defensive tackle who had over 10 sacks last year. I think growing pains, and also they lost the Super Bowl. I think, the Super Bowl hangover is kind of a myth. It's also kind of real. I think that week 1, especially against Belichick, especially in the Tom Brady returns to Foxborough game, the Patriots going to be fired up. That's going to be an electric crowd. I just have a hard time seeing the Eagles really pull away. I still think they probably win, but plus 4, I think is good value. This is probably a question for you, but comment in the chat. Would you do Stevenson over 12.5 rushing attempts? I personally think that's a good play.
I think so. Honestly, I think either one. I would say look at the odds because I didn't look at the attempts. You're probably smarter than me. I think. No, I'm serious. Yeah, I think Belichick's just going to feed him. I agree. I don't know. There's so much weirdness. There's the whole Mac Jones, Zappy. They let Zappy go, but then they re-signed him back after they let Matt Corral go. I mean, I don't know. So who knows? But I do know that he loves running it with Stevenson and he trusts that guy. So I like it, Kingman. I like that. Maybe that's even better than the 54.5, depending on what your thoughts are on the defensive line of the Eagles. But I like either one. I like that. That's smart. Go ahead, do it.
Sure. All right. Nick likes Gesicki over on yards. I don't know what to do with the Patriots pass catcher. I'm personally not touching that one, but we can move on. Rams versus Seahawks. I will go first on this one. Give me the Seahawks minus 4.5. This Rams team is a joke. They already don't have Cooper Kupp. Last year when they had Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp, they still weren't good. The Seahawks are another team that I think could be really good this year. I mean, the whole Geno Smith thing, who knows, someone breaking out that late into his career, but the talent on the Seattle team, I really, really like. They got 3 awesome receivers. For the first time in probably a decade, their offensive line is actually a strength because they got those 2 rookie tackles who played really well last year. I think defensively, they could take a leap. In the Rams team, they won a Super Bowl, so everything they did was worth it. They have no talent left on this team. How many defenders outside of Aaron Donald can you name on the Rams?
None. So
exactly. My feelings. So give me the Seahawks. They're at home, the 12th man. Seahawks minus 4.5. I'll hit them all day, twice on Sunday. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I didn't have anything, but I think you just convinced me because I was leaning towards Seahawks, 4.5. So I probably will just go in and throw $10 on that. Just so, again, I want action on every game.
Sure.
I think I'll take it. I'm not going to say it's an official play, and not because I'm saying I don't want to count a loss or something. It's just I don't want to put something out there that the viewers can't get at this point. But I texted you earlier this week, and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yes,
it's a total degenerate play. It didn't work out the way I hoped, but maybe it will. Look, it looks like Kenneth Walker is going to play. They're saying the groin isn't bad, but you know what, guys? Groins don't really heal so fast, and once you get tackled a few times, you stretch it out. So earlier in the week, when his status was in question, I texted Matt that I'm going to be drunk on Charbonnet. I'm going to go Zach Charbonnet, and I did Zach Charbonnet anytime touchdown plus 300 and 2 TDs, which is totally degenerate of me. And I told Matt to sprinkle on it plus 3,000. Okay. Now it didn't work out. It didn't work out the way I hoped because Kenneth Walker is playing. But you know what? You never know. So I'm not going to lose faith. Maybe Walker's groin acts up. You're going to get nothing near it. I'm surprised. I actually thought it would go the other way once they announced Walker was playing, but now it got smashed still. So look, if you want to be a total degen and just realize I'm going to lose my money, I don't think there's any value anymore on 1 TD. I think it got smashed in half to +1. I would not play that. But if you find 2 TD somewhere near plus 3,000, plus 2,000, if it's still somewhere in that domain, I would. If it's anywhere under plus 1,500, I would stay away from it because that's like a shot in the dark, guys. But he's a stud in college. I think he just needs a chance this season to break out. So,
yeah, that's fair. Sorry, dogs are barking. All right, last game, Sunday Night Football, Cowboys versus Giants. I will start my play here. I only have one. CeeDee Lamb touchdown.
There you go.
You can call me an idiot. I will accept that. But I just have a hard time believing that they're going to give Tony Pollard the same workload that they gave Zeke. Because Tony Pollard, he's a slight guy. He's electric, but he's someone that not like Zeke where he can just take a ton of pounding like Zeke did. And Tony Pollard is on record saying that last year in the games that Ezekiel Elliott missed, like when he gets over that 14 touch mark, he admitted to being tired. Like, yeah, it was a grind. Now he was amazing in those games that Zeke didn't play. So I'm not sitting here saying that he wasn't good. Yeah. I just think that the Cowboys might not give him the full workload. And then like the guys behind him, they don't have that Zeke bruising running back. Like Rico Dowdy is slight. Deuce Vaughn is like 5'4". He's mini me. So I think that when they get to the goal line and when they get close into the red zone, I think they're just going to throw more than they did last year. And I really like CeeDee Lamb as a player. Dak is a good red zone quarterback. CeeDee Lamb's a good red zone wide receiver. I think he's going to have a monster year. So give me CeeDee Lamb touchdown +1. It was +150 odds. And I forget the book. So if you want to give me your play, I can look that up.
I have the same thing. I got it at worse odds because I bet it this morning. CeeDee Lamb +140. I think it was on DraftKings. So, but I'm on CeeDee Lamb. I could see him getting a pass. I could see him use on some kind of sweep, and they use him as a running back, which he's done before. So I like him finding the end zone today. I got $10 on Giants 3.5. I just question the Cowboys team and what they're going to do. I like the coaching staff of the Giants, and I think they take a step forward, and there's more talent this time around. So Jones doesn't have to do everything with his legs alone. So I took the Giants +3.5 for $10 and a small sprinkle. I missed it. I think it was at like 30.5. So I missed it by 2 yards, but I'm taking Daniel Jones over 32.5 rushing because I still think they're going to bring pressure and it's going to rattle him, and he's going to use his capable legs. So Daniel Jones over 32.5 rushing yards. So those are my 3. CeeDee Lamb, I'm with you. Giants 3.5, and Daniel Jones over 32.5 rushing yards. So
I like the Daniel Jones one. If I had a play on the spread, I actually think I would go Cowboys. But that's not going to be an official play. That's just if I had a lean, I actually go opposite. But all right, that's every game.
Gotcha.
So now it's time for degeneracy and reminder. What we'll be doing is some sort of degenerate parlay, probably minimum odds around +1,000. If it hits, Andrew will send out 2 of his favorite cards that he has in his collection. It's Chase Claypool rookie card, and it's a Josh Allen something card. So make sure
Josh Allen, class president from Zenith. I'll send that over, and then Chase Claypool, a PSA slab. So
there you go.
Should we do 2? Should we do one with like just spreads and money lines, and one with touchdowns, or should we just
sure?
Make them
yeah, I say that's a good idea. Let's do 2, and we just need one of them to hit,
and then we could do 1 card a piece for the giveaway. So
sure, okay, sure. All right. So what were the games that we were universally agreed upon? I think it was Steelers.
I think we like Steelers. I think we like Jags. We like Commanders. Steelers? Those are like the ones we're all over.
Steelers, Jags, and Commanders. So if I do Steelers money line, Commanders -7, Jags -3.5, that gets us to plus 651.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
If we add the Seahawks, that gets us to plus 1,300. Should we do that?
Seahawks money line, you said, or spread?
This is spread -4.5.
4.5. Yeah, I like the Seahawks. I don't trust the Rams at all here. So
yeah,
I know that Pete Carroll's just going to run it nonstop, right? So that's a known. What it's just a matter of can they be successful. So
yeah. All right. So official first parlay of only main lines. We got Steelers money line. We got Commanders -7. We got Jags -3.5. We got Seahawks -4.5. I'm putting $15 to win just under 200.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay. All right. So now let's do a player prop specific one. I say we go back to the well, do our anytime touchdown ones.
Sure. Seems like we love Bijan, right? We love Bijan.
Yeah. All right. So let me add that. Let me add we were both on Bijan. Wow, he's -135 now. That is on Caesar, or excuse me, on FanDuel. That's pretty gross. Maybe we can get. I like doing these on FanDuel because they have the most options, but I might have to do this on another book. But anyways, we also liked CD Lamb, so should we add him as well?
Sure, we like CD. All right, CD Bijan.
All right,
let's see,
CD Bijan. I'm just adding these all. Okay, so who else did we like? So I had Alexander Madison and Kenny Gainwell.
I like Madison. I like the Madison angle because there's just no one else to feed. I mean, right? I mean, you got no more Dalvin Cook. I like that. I like Madison, and it wasn't egregious like Derrick Henry type of odds. So
exactly, yeah, exactly. So all right, this is my computer's being slow to load, but once I add this one, I can tell you what the odds are, and then see what we want to do from there. But to confirm, we're going to have, won't load. There we go. All right. CeeDee Lamb, Alexander Madison, and Bijan Robinson right now looks like that is best offered on Barstool at plus 880, or you can get it on DraftKings at plus 815.
That's not bad for three like obvious chalky guys. That's should
we just do those three and call it a day?
I think we could. I mean, that's okay. Plus, that's pretty damn good. You said that was on Barstool?
Yeah, so it's plus 880 on Barstool, plus 815 on DraftKings. And those are the two best odds you can get.
Let's do it. So, guys, if we hit either one of those, you have to follow Matt's YouTube channel right here. All right. Leave us a comment saying that you're going to enter the contest. Okay. The parlay contest. And if both of them hit, we'll give out both. If one of them hit, we'll give out one, and we'll get in touch with you, through the comments section or message you, and then you just have to give us your address. So we just need one of these two to hit or both of them to hit, and we'll be giving out some cards today, guys. So
that's right. Yes, I will. I will tweet this out as soon as we hop off. I'm just trying to lock it in. The Barstool changed their interface, so I'm a little bit confused at how this works.
Yeah, they did. They changed it up and updated it. So
yeah. So anyways, but regardless. I will tweet out both of the plays. We have one anytime touchdown specific. We have one main line specific. Again, all we need is one of those to cash, and we're going to be close to rich. We'll do a giveaway. Andrew laid out all the terms. I'll tweet it out as well. I will say, last thing, yesterday I got a plus 6,000 home run parlay to hit. So I'm feeling hot, feeling like we're going to cash one of these parlays 2 days in a row. I'm going to ride the wave. And yeah, any parting words from you?
I think this touchdown one's going to hit. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling very positive despite the 8,000 bets we put out there. I think we're gonna come out good. I feel good.
I agree. I feel great. So all right, I'm locking this one in as we speak. Parlay plus 880. That's great value. I'm going to do, let's see, $22 to win 200.
There we go.
Cool. All right. I will tweet these out. Andrew, I appreciate, as always, you hopping on. We'll do this every Sunday at this time. Same exact format. Everybody, let's win all our bets today.
Sounds good. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.